which is a social care provider. Can I have the next slide? I'm also, this is what we do. What I want to ask you though, and you said at the very beginning, it's all about social enterprise. What makes us a social enterprise? Why do you think we're a social enterprise? Anybody can... Why are we a social enterprise? You go there. What makes us special?
Yeah.
Can you tell us from this picture? We deliver care in the community, but we're a social enterprise because our businesses are owned by the workers. Okay? So we're cooperative. We're an employee-owned company. And why that's important is because our workers have a stake, our labour turnover is very low. And when you're looking after old people day after day, taking them to the toilet, bathing them, cleaning them, I know when I'm 80, I want the same person toileting me every day. I want the same person putting me to bed, and I want that person to be well trained, well qualified, and to have a stake in what they did. So we started this in 1994, and it worked really well. And it grew and grew, and so we decided we wanted to replicate it. So we used social franchising as a way of developing and growing our business. Next slide. So, next slide. So, actually, can we swap? That's better, I can see now. I haven't done this presentation for a while. Okay. I don't remember. It's a surprise to me. It's a surprise to me. So, what I want to talk about is the key performance indicators, what we've achieved, a bit of history, where we've come from, and our impact, our social impact, our cooperative impact. Okay, next slide. Okay, my job is the Director of Business Development and Finance, so my job is to grow the franchise system, to find the new territories, and to grow the existing territories. Since 2004, we have 5 franchise companies now, working across 6 territories, not including Sweden, that's 7. And we deliver 10,000 hours of care a week. The combined turnover is £4.2 million or so, and we employ over 450 people. So in 5 years we've grown quite quickly, and hopefully, like Catmark, we're going to go, whee! Okay. This is our movement. How, can you hear me? It doesn't matter. So the way the franchise works is we have the umbrella organisation, which is the franchisor, called Care and Share Associates, and I'm one of 6 directors. And we have 5 franchise companies underneath us currently at the moment, operating in different territories of the UK. We keep a share of each one to stop them privatising, so they have to remain social enterprises, and the rest is owned by the workers. So we retain 26%. Our finance, we take 6% of their turnover. So we finance the umbrella by taking a percentage of their turnover. Next slide. We'll swap again. Okay. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. In the beginning, it all started back in 1976, when one of my business partners established a workers' cooperative called Little Women. And that turned into Little Women Household Services. And that turned into Sunderland Home Care Associates in 1993. And in 2004, as I said at the beginning, we decided to develop Caring Share Associates out of that model. So we had a long learning of how to run one domiciliary care business, and then we decided to scale it by going social franchising. Now, and one more. Okay, so I'll go quickly. So why franchise? We had a choice back in 2004. We could have just grown one big cooperative, or we could have taken the franchising route. And we decided to take the franchising route. And I'll look at the slide to remind myself why we did. Yes. Okay. Firstly, we were bored. No. Firstly, our social value, our purpose, is to democratise home care. Okay? We don't believe there should be profit out of people's suffering. We believe that health and social care should be delivered by cooperatives. And the best way of doing that is to compete and beat the private sector. And in the care sector, where the margins are very small, the only way you can compete is by growing, by getting the volume. But we didn't want to lose local ownership, because we thought local ownership was really important. So that's why we came up with the idea of CASA, the umbrella. So we do the payroll, we do all the backroom services, we do all the boring stuff where you can get your economies, but leave the actual work and the ownership down at the more local level. That works for us. Okay, next slide. So, I'll come back. So, we have 4 relationships with our companies. Okay? We have a shareholding. We also sit on their board of directors, just to keep an eye on them. We provide support, and we also have a franchise agreement, which sets out exactly what we have to do for them and what they have to do for us. And we have step-in rights and a range of other things that things go on. Next slide. This is the franchise offer, the manual. So, at startup, we do all of that kind of stuff, set the company up, raise the money, write the business plans, secure the tenders, etc., etc. Once it's up and running, and we charge £40,000 for that bit. And then we have, after that, a financial offer, a quality offer, and a business growth offer. And that's an ongoing offer, which is covered by the royalty fee, the 6%. Yes. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. No, that one. That was a joke. That one. And again. So, in a nutshell, what social franchising is a business in a box. So it's how we can make those miracles happen again and again. So it's about a brand and identity, it's a legal structure, it's support, it's backroom services. We actually now invest the money as well, so we provide the working capital, and it's the ongoing R&D. So that's essentially it. Next slide. Just finishing off on our social impact, because we are social enterprises. So we wouldn't be doing this just to grow McDonald's. We're doing this because of our value base. And it's about service users, giving people we support the best service that they need. It's about rewarding staff in a very low-paid environment, in shares and bonus, sharing profit with them. It's working with commissioners, having a very transparent relationship, designing new services, that's putting some of our money back into the local community we serve. Okay, next slide. And again, and again. Okay, the future, we want to become a national or European-based health and social care provider for our franchises. We're going to develop our existing businesses. We've grown 65% since January. We're on a real up the curve. And we have a range of new products and services which I don't have time to go in for now. Last slide. So that's me if you want to know any more. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. I mean, it's impressive growth, 65% since January. Did you say since January this year?
Yeah. It is because we attracted some venture capital and they got bored, so they started putting a lot of pressure.
Okay.
But it's been about redesigning how we do things, incentivizing staff, and our range of other.
Yeah, and I think it's quite important, as I've seen one of the CASA establishment, that you have it's a worker-owned enterprise,
Yeah.
and thereby empowerment by the workers in order to provide good services.